And I go, what's up? He goes, trying to get something to eat. I go, what do you want? And he says, a pizza and a Coke. I go in, they're out of pizza. So I get him 3 chicken taquitos and a Coke. I walk outside, I hand him the stuff, and he is disappointed.
Oh, chicken taquitos. I guess someone's got a fucking hearing problem.
Right. Hey, did you get a haircut?
I did.
Looks great.
Looks
Thanks.
great, dude.
It feels really nice that you noticed. And it's a harrowing thing to go get a haircut because I'm losing it. So every time I cut it, I'm like, what am I going to reveal?
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. I'm more paranoid than I feel.
I didn't notice you were losing it.
Yeah, I just know. And then when I do get, if I have someone who cuts it and they'll take note of it. They'll like say something. I'm like, I don't need to fucking hear that.
You know what you do? Put 4 $5 bills right on the desk.
Oh, this is going to be mean.
When that hairdresser makes that comment, just take one of the 5s off and put it in your pocket.
I really like the idea.
Let's play this out. I'll be the hairdresser, you be you, doing this.
Okay.
Okay. I said something about your hair turning gray and you needing to find...
Oh, that'd be that'd be $10.
Okay.
That'd be 2 5s.
What are you doing there?
Oh, well, this represents your full tip, which I believe was going to be, what is the haircut, $20? I think it was going to be 100%. And now you've just knocked it down to 50. Let's see what else you have to say, old lady.
Okay, so, it's an old lady.
I don't know.
All right.
This is Supercuts.
You can't say this. This is a great point, Pat. No, it's not Supercuts. It used to be Supercuts, Great Clips, Fantastic Sam's. But I stopped going there because those people would talk to me and their fingers often smelled like cigarettes.
Sure.
Yeah.
I will say, though, I love your plan. And even if they get to the point where they finally notice and ask, they're still at a 50% tip, which is incredible. Lesson learned, and you're still generous.
Here is a question, though, because you are failing to recognize the leverage that person has over you in the form of
shears near your neck,
instrument of shears.
Not gonna kill you.
I'm not saying that they'd slay you. I mean, what a wild hypothetical that would be. But they could nick a little spot in the back, a little shorter than the rest, fuck you up. Maybe not spin you around with the mirror and show you what's going on
Now,
behind.
I'm going to say this, and this doesn't go out for the entire...
You're held captive when you're in that chair. It's kind of, I'm not saying it's a POW kind of thing, but it's, it's light.
I want to say this because I've seriously dated 2 girls actually owned hair salons, and one just worked at one.
Yeah.
They're pretty nutty. Right across the board there.
Yeah.
I hate to say it. I don't know. Look, you could say that about different industries. You could
Totally.
say maybe someone that's in fights for UFC might have some anger issues, perhaps.
I hesitate when we do this podcast so often because I could say funny things about people, right? Mm-hmm. But it would really, really hurt their feelings. Oh. And I think I have to just let go of that, right? Because I'd like to say something like, well, hairdressers must be nutty because they're on plan F, right? Something like that. But that's so mean.
Some people are passionate about hairstyling, and people make.
Once they find that passion at 22.
Well, one of my clients, she owned multiple houses. She was Gwyneth Paltrow's private hair stylist or whatever.
Yeah.
Then my other client, Kim, was George Lucas, the whole Star Wars guy. He married a big lady, big to do. She was a businesswoman CEO. She used to fly around with them to make sure her hair looked good. She was making like $300,000 a year.
And listen, what am I talking about? I mean, podcasting is kind of the
But if
same
you're working
thing.
at Supercuts, you're definitely nuts, and that's the end of the road.
Okay, so
sorry if we have any listeners out there that works at Supercuts. Let me have it in the comments section.
Me too.
You didn't say it yet, though. Your insulting thing. You were like, if I were to say it, then I would. So good on you.
Thank you.
Way to look at your comedy. What is the funny? What makes this funny? And you're elevating it, and you didn't say it. So good on you.
Yeah. No, I read this thing the other day. Find the virtue in subjecting your feelings to investigation. And that's what I've just done. I don't want to insult hair.
What I often
didn't
feel
need to
is
say that.
if I say something insulting, one of us, needs to be the good cop. So
Right.
then when the audience is like, I don't want to listen to these guys anymore.
Right.
We save ourselves because one of us steps in and saves the day.
So you've never experienced real hair loss. You've just experienced.
I'm experiencing it now.
You are.
Mm-hmm.
You've experienced profound insecurity with the tint of your hair changing, but you've never really experienced too much loss.
Yeah, I started getting sued by a dude in 2017, and that was a pretty, if you don't ever want to be trapped in the legal system because it takes forever. So it was like a year and a half. It was a little stressing because I thought I was going to lose a big chunk of money.
Yeah, it was stressing.
And my hair thinned out that year.
Yeah.
So
well, I'm kind of in the same boat as Nick. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but my hair.
Oh God,
is,
no! You have a luscious
head of hair.
And no, like the dip. I just have the
widow's peaks don't come, but it is thinning in the front, and my hair is 8 inches long right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's too long. I'm putting it up in samurai buns. The other day I was playing golf. I put the bun outside of the little opening in the back, and I was like, "What am I doing?"
you had the ponytail outside the back.
I can't be that guy.
Don't be that
I can't
guy.
do that.
does your wife have a? Does she like it, or does she say she doesn't like it?
Loathes it. She asks me. My sister and my friend's wife and my wife asked me the other day. So when are you cutting the hair? And I said, do you understand that has a negative implication when you ask me? So when you're going to cut the hair, that's not a complimentary inquiry.
I was getting a lot of that type stuff during my my 5-week weight loss program. Lot of comments where it's like, I know what you mean by that. You're saying I look sick.
Right.
I know I look sick.
Right.
You don't have to tell me. But I all my laments about the haircuts, the just them talking to you in general.
I like that part.
I've never liked it. I've hated it. As a child, I was intimidated by adults. I distrusted them, and I didn't like to share anything. So when they asked me questions about how was school, I'd be like, okay, good, good.
Mm-hmm.
People asking me questions, the sly insults about me losing my hair, fingers smelling like cigarettes. All those are over. In my past, I've made the record for someone who's cut my hair is maybe 5 times.
Right.
Different person.
Oh, you found it?
I found him.
Wow.
You found the guy.
Yes. Ed.
Will he come to your house?
No, he's a mile, and I like to walk outside even when it's really hot.
Where's he at?
Temple and Beverly-ish.
Okay. Expensive?
No, $25, and he doesn't speak a lick of English.
Really?
I walk in, he says, same. I say yes, and that's it. And then I make a little joke when I'm finished. I'm like, oh, gosh. And I make the joke. I get to say it, and he laughs, but we don't say anything.
He doesn't like you.
No.
He's uncomfortable with you.
I give him a $10 tip. He loves me.
Nick, don't get too attached. These fucking hair cutter people, they're like David Banner, from the original Hulk.
No.
They bounce around to town. They never stay in one place, almost like the FBI is looking for them.
That's the thing that you... That's the cultural reference you used to...
Yeah, David Banner, every episode, it was episodic?
Yeah.
Every episode he had to leave to go to another town and, help another family out, with whatever problems that were happening in the town. But he was always on the run,
I didn't know that was the thing. It was like a different thing every time.
That was the series.
I know it ends with that sad music, and he's basically moving to the next
town.
It's
so sad, and he always had the bag over his back.
Is that Lou Ferrigno?
He played Hulk, but David Banner was, I can't think of his name, but he died of cancer like in the mid-'80s.
Who did he play?
He should have got mad.
He played Hulk.
Lou Ferrigno played Hulk.
Well, who's David Banner?
But
they were two actors.
Because he got big and green.
Yeah.
They didn't have the same character play and then put on makeup.
Lou Ferrigno was only green.
That's it. He can't even. He can't hear, so he has a speech impediment.
Oh, so they had to have him as Smash.
Yeah.
And then David, the other guy, as just... Is this his name Bruce Banner?
Oh, maybe it's Bruce Banner. Sorry.
Yeah, David Banner is from Dipset.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I am
now worried I'm going to show up to Ed's one day and it's going to be gone like Narnia, all boarded up.
He'll definitely be gone.
He's been doing a lot. He's been putting a lot of work in that place. It's different every time. He's got new benches in there today.
Okay, couple things. One, I am starting to thin in the front in a major way. There's a lot, but still, I don't want to go to the barber for the same reason.
Just because the audience wants to know, we round this out and move on to another topic.
Yeah.
Bruce Banner was played by Bill Bixby. Yeah.
Okay,
I do
so
remember him
same
dying.
reason. Like, I don't know what's going to happen if I get my hair cut. I don't know what atrocities lay in the front of my head. You know, I mean, we're in our 30s now.
Yeah, you reached your peak,
Yeah.
and now your body starts falling apart.
Yeah. And it's so ironic that it's the testosterone that's doing it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel very masculine, but I am losing my hair.
Did you know the life expectancy? I've mentioned life expectancy on PMZ, but this is APS, right? Mm-hmm. Do you know how long people used to live like 100 years ago, like 1910, what the life expectancy was?
60?
No, it was like 47.
Yeah.
So if someone got married and they did into life or death until death do you part,
Yeah.
the average marriage was 12 years.
Yeah. It's so
Because someone died.
Right. It's so funny because I was, we often glorify the kind of Madison Avenue, Mad Men kind of life, the 3 martini lunch and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The thing about it though is those
I would
guys
be blacked out at work after 3 martinis.
Yeah,
That's
totally.
insane.
Well,
No, if you're an alcoholic, that's just getting started.
right. And they were, and that's why they died at 57.
Yeah.
So
Their liver shit out of.
Yeah. It's not a very romantic thing, but
They should have drank mimosas.
I went to a black barber.
Oh shit.
It's okay. We have spiked Simply Lemonade. Don't worry about it.
I also have a.
Nice.
So I went to a black barber one time, 2 times actually. One unbeknownst to me. One I knew that I was going to a black barber, and I was like, I'm pumped about this. Kind of grist for my mill kind of thing. Like, I want to see what's going on in here. And
I'm sorry, did you say was it Floyd's?
No.
Oh, okay.
I've never seen a black barber in Floyd's.
Yeah.
Ironically,
No, Floyd's is
those
not-
are those ladies whose fingers smell like cigarettes.
Floyd's
in
Or
there.
Floyd's.
Yeah.
In
totally.
Hollywood, anyways.
Floyd's is not for black people.
Oh, okay.
It sounds like it. I get it, but
Posters of fucking Jane's Addiction and Goo Goo Dolls. They'd
Oh, it's
be
like
like,
a
what
rock-
the fuck is going on?
Oh, it's
I'm
like-
out of here.
Oh, it's like a rock theme kind of.
Yeah, they all have tattoos and they smell like cigarettes and they have pink hair. It's not for black people.
Oh, okay.
So
I got
anyways-
decent haircuts there. I will say.
Yeah.
But their fingers smell like cigarettes.
Decent is a accurate word. But yeah, no, I went in and I there's a thing in the black community with lines.
Oh.
They're too clean for me. I don't like clean lines.
They're shaping like it's almost like a Lego character that has a helmet on him. They plop it down on the Lego figure.
it's we don't need to oversimplify the art form because it does look a little tricky to get those fades and stuff. I don't know why it takes so long, but yeah, no, I felt very uncomfortable in there because I wasn't really supposed to be in there. It's not my place. I'm encroaching. I'm the
You're playing jazz music in 1940. You shouldn't be doing it. We're stealing that.
Oh, right. Or I'm the guy that goes into the blues club, and everybody's like, "Can you not like?"
Hey, don't
be-
bring a
pretty much-
harmonica in here.
It's not for you.
Don't bring a harmonica in
You're
here.
in your what do you call these pants? Flood water. What are they called? High waters.
Clam diggers.
Clam diggers in your fucking band shirt. Like, this is not. You shouldn't be in here.
Yeah, it's like Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Hey, come on. I know you looked it up and it was in a movie or something, but it's not a tourist spot. This is where the locals come to eat, okay?
R.I.P. PBK Rock or whatever. his name is.
R.I.P. PBK Rock. This is another podcast show. It's a show where we gab and goof about really whatever is at top of mind. My name's Dylan. I'm selling up next one real Nicholas Davis.
That guy just said he got shot at a Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles this weekend. Yeah,
Yep,
just
that's
this weekend. Stole his chain. Hey,
Hi, everybody.
Pat's over there. That's the rapper that died?
I fucked up his name, which
Yeah,
sucks. But it's
keep-
PBK.
By the way, how disrespectful. So I'm watching my local news affiliate, KTLA.
Where's this going?
And on the screen it says rapper murdered at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Like, I think he's more than you. You can't just say man. Like, why rapper is the headline? I mean,
that's the latent racism in your own heart,
Oh,
right?
well,
No. I think what I'm about to say is more racist, but
Oh.
I keep seeing these articles of these rappers, these SoundCloud rappers who I've never fucking heard before, and they're dying quite a bit.
I just thought of something. If Sheree posted that she was at, like like Paquito Mas with me or something like that, and someone's like, hey, I think old Patty has some money. Why don't I go in there and steal something? Maybe take his shoes or something. And then they shot me. If on the news it said well-known podcaster murdered at a
would all
local
be worth it.
Mexican healthy spot, Paquito Mas, I'd be like,
Yeah.
you know what? I fucking made it, dude.
Yeah, totally.
That was very big of you to rethink that, because when you said it, I was like, that's not that weird that they said he was a rapper, and you thought about it, and you'd love to be called a podcaster.
Yeah, subject your feelings to investigation.
P&B Rock.
P&B Rock. So no one's ever heard of that guy, right? I mean, there are a couple thousand people who have heard of him.
I only hear about these people after they've been killed, and then I see their replayed Adam 22 interview.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But like,
He's becoming a huge staple of our references.
I don't want to... so there's this rapper Kodak Black. Pat, do you know Kodak Black?
Yeah.
A pee in a beehole.
Well, he was on one of my little New Music Friday binges about a month back.
Was he on Kendrick's album?
I'm not sure which one.
Okay.
First person to discover the Island Boys, actually.
Oh yeah, Kodak Black. So Kodak Black is a piece of shit, pure unadulterated piece of shit. Many domestic violence charges. Has who knows? Raped women, gun
Any of them
violence.
stick?
What?
Any of those stick?
Oh yeah.
Allegedly. Should we cut this out? I don't want to get sued by Kodak Black.
No. We don't need to cut it out. It's allegedly he has a lot of things going against him.
I've heard he's even more litigious than Zach Braff.
No way.
Is that right?
so he was at Justin Bieber's birthday party at some hip place on La Cienega, right? And all the peeps were there, right? Including Leo DiCaprio, and Kodak Black was there. And these people came and shot at him, and there was a gunfight in the street. Do you guys recall this?
Well, how long ago was it?
A couple months ago.
All right.
And I was just like, Kodak Black, can you please not bring that shit around Leonardo DiCaprio? Okay, he's too young and he's too talented. He's going to be in a lot more.
Don't
movies.
get him killed.
Don't get him killed. Don't get people killed.
Do you know how many 20-year-olds out there that Leo hasn't fucked yet? Please don't get him
Leo
killed.
has 24-year-old girls that he has to sex.
Well, here's my issue with all these stupid, because this is a young person's. Your brain isn't developed yet, and you're driven by anger as opposed to logic.
Right.
All right, someone that pulls out a gun there, like, what are you gaining out of this? Like,
Yeah.
I watch a lot of Datelines and 2020s and all those murder shows and all the podcasts. Whenever I hear like, a wife tried to poison her husband with cyanide, or what's that stuff that green stuff that antifreeze,
Comet cleaner.
and you're like, all right, she hated this guy. They were married for 20 years. She had a $5 million life insurance on him. I get your end game. Like, look, I don't agree with what you're doing here, but at least there's a purpose for what you're doing. Some idiot showing up at a club and starting fucking firing off, and you
Shooting
might
at
kill
people.
Leo.
Yeah, you might kill Leo. That's not okay, Kodak Black. It's just crazy. So anyways, you know what I'm happy about?
What?
Yeah.
Leo, he gave some advice to Harry Styles. It was two things, and I can't remember one, but the other was don't do superhero movies.
Too late. He's in the Eternals.
Is he a superhero?
Yeah.
The Rock's a superhero now too.
Yeah. So, and that's so... What an ivory tower Leo sits upon.
Oh.
Dude, come
He's
on.
untouchable, by the way. You know how many broads he's probably banged over the last 25 years? One of my friend's boss's wives told us a story one night, and she lived up in the hills.
This is all alleged because Leo is more litigious than Zach Braff and Kodak Black.
I believe her. I forgot her name, but her husband was named Thornton, and Thornton created the Olsen twins' career. All those DVDs that made them $1 kajillion in the 2000s, late 90s.
Midnight
he was
in
behind all
Paris, yeah.
Dual Star Entertainment.
Is that what it was called? Mm-hmm. Wow, you know the name? Okay, anyway. So his wife, we're all
Should have
around.
been called Twin Star.
Somehow I end up at a party. I think because they hired us to like move some paintings or something like for $100.
You were party down.
I show up. Yeah, I'm like a party down guy. So I'm sitting around listening to this, and she told a Leo story. And she's like, I don't know, 40 at the time. Leo's in his prime, right off Titanic. This is probably like 98. He would fuck anything he wanted to fuck everything. All right, allegedly. And she said they caught each other's eye. They were at this fancy hotel in London, and he sees her at the bar. He's with that Rat Pack, that group he used to hang out. She paints the whole story about how crazy they were.
And Bernie Mac.
And my good friend and confidant, Kevin Connolly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're all there. And she says, he walks up to her. She says, he asks her name. She tells him. She says, well, I'm going to go up to my hotel room. And he takes his, there wasn't a hotel card at the time. It was an actual fucking key.
Yeah.
And he puts it in her purse. And he says, come on over later on. And I thought 25, trying to fuck a 40-year-old, pretty nice.
What'd she say?
Did she go?
I'm pretty sure she did, but she couldn't say that in front of her boring, lame, cheap husband.
Oh,
and
God.
she was like, I was so grossed out.
Wink, wink, wink. Oh, they ended up getting a divorce because she was fucking her personal trainer, by the way.
Then she definitely went.
Leo in Titanic, I mean, the moxie, the androgyny, the beauty of that young man. I mean, it's just...
The home state.
The home state. It's just unbelievable how fucking... Kodak Black, don't
kill Leo.
Don't kill Leo.
And I think you do, but do you know his home state?
Kentucky.
He's from Wisconsin. Oh, you do. He's from Wisconsin.
Okay, so
Kenosha.
You know what I'm happy about?
What?
Zombies cannot afford weapons.
Oh, this is a good segue. I remember the other thing. It was no hard drugs. No hard drugs and no super movies.
No hard
Speaking of hard
drugs.
drugs, the zombies.
Yeah. Popeye 7-Eleven. And that was a bad segue.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't sure where you're going with it.
Terrible segue. You know, we've done some good ones. We've done some bad ones. That you can, put that in the bad hopper. But so I went to 7-Eleven on my way over here. Needed a water. My hydro flask broke. I'm addicted to water. And do you know how many liters of water a man should drink? An adult male?
I don't know, but I know how long you'll last without water before you die.
Well, that's not the question. It's
But I'm just giving you a pertinent piece of
I think
information.
it's 3 days, right?
It is 3 days. Yep.
Oh, without how much you
Water.
need water, yeah. So the initial, like what you always heard growing up was 8 glasses, 64 ounces.
Yeah.
But now
No.
I've heard take your weight, cut it in half, drink that many ounces. So I would drink 100 ounces, which is 36. That's like 9 or 11 glasses. What'd you hear?
3.7 liters.
That's a gallon.
3.7 liters.
A
That
day?
is so much fucking water.
Ask me how much water I drink a day.
How much water do you
0.
drink a day?
I hate water.
Right. What do you hate about water? Because you're a very bland person, so I thought that maybe you would like water.
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Nah, I like Diet Coke.
Okay, you know
That's what you drink with your turkey sandwich?
Yeah.
DC?
Yeah, of course.
So anyway, so I go over to 7-Eleven. I got to pick up some water, a little caffeine because I've got some more work to do after this. And I saw these Simply lemonade spiked.
Can't wait to try it later.
Yeah, and I audibly gasped when I saw it. I was so excited because I'm such a huge fan of the Simply line of juices.
Oh, I won't be drinking that. That's 170 calories.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's what
real juice.
It's delicious, so it's real juice, but real juice means real sugar. Real sugar means calories.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'll have one.
Okay, so anyway, so I walk in and I hear a voice go, "Hey!" And I'm literally looking around, like, what's going on? Like that joke, the guy goes into the bar, somebody goes, "Hey, nice hat." He's looking around, and he goes, "Nice tie." And he's looking around, and the bar back comes out, and he's like, "Did you say that?" And he goes, "Oh no, it's the peanuts. They're complimentary." Like you can't. I didn't know who was saying it.
Was it
right?
the peanuts?
No, it was a true unwashed. This man looked
A true unwashed.
I mean,
Is this another category of the zombies?
it might, because there is a spectrum of cleanliness within the zombies, and I know that this is insensitive, but I mean,
Oh no, we're
live
done being
with them.
sensitive.
So there are some people that look like they have crossed the fucking Gobi, like they're just caked in
the street.
and street
The elements.
Robin Williams when he escapes the board game.
Yes, 100%. So this guy goes, "Hey!" And I finally see him. He's laying on the ground. I mean, he's just splayed out. No, people have to walk over him.
Mm-hmm.
God forbid they have to go that way. And I go, "What's up?" He goes, "Trying to get something to eat." I go, "What do you want?" And he says, "A pizza and a Coke." I said, "All right." I go in. They're out of pizza. So I get him 3 chicken taquitos and a Coke. I walk outside. I hand him the stuff, and he is disappointed.
Wow.
And
wow. I'm the guy splayed out, you know. I just got done pulling the needle out of my arm. Oh, chicken taquitos. I guess someone's got a fucking hearing problem.
Right. Well, they were out of pizza. Well, here's a fucking question, dumbass. You think to pop your head out and ask me what I want if they don't have that, huh? No, so I give it that. Yeah.
Oh, 7-Eleven's out of pizza? Ever heard of Domino's? Ever heard of Papa John's?
There's a Gelson's a mile and a half down the street. Why don't you go there? So anyways, so I hand him the taquitos and the Coke, and he is disappointed. And I am, for some reason, not sure-footed enough to not be meek. You know, I'm like finding myself in the periphery of apologetic.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Whatever you need, sir.
And I'm like having to explain why this happened.
Oh, but you didn't start with, "Oh, I'm sorry, Your Highness."
So I go,
I didn't realize thrones were on the sidewalk.
Highness, because he's on drugs. I like
so
it.
high. So I go, "That okay?" They were out of pizza. And he looks at me, and he just looks back down and goes, "Yeah." And then he rolls over and he starts fucking sucking down the Coke. And we've talked about this before, the lack of gratitude that the zombie has towards, I don't know, philanthropists.
Yeah.
You should have told him. You should have told him. It's impossible for humans to feel anger and gratitude at the same time. So fucking figure it out.
He probably was thinking, you know, Dylan, if he knew your name, Dylan, let me explain this to you. The taquitos are an arm away. I can just walk in there and grab 3 taquitos. Okay? The pizza, they hide behind glass.
It's a great point.
So you kind of fucked up.
He's like, I've had 7 taquitos today. I would love a slice.
I live here.
Speaking...
You don't think I know what a taquito tastes like?
Speaking of...
sorry.
Well... No, go ahead.
I was going to tell an odd interaction I had with a human being because I'm pondering my brain. I cannot figure out what.
Can I really quickly just
ahead.
wrap up the methadone clinic that is an experience?
the sidewalk in front of a 7-Eleven.
Well,
I thought you were transitioning.
No,
I think he might have too.
Well,
right.
we'll get there soon. We have a very exciting new segment. Fans are going to be fans have missed this guy. I think we've all missed this guy. But. We've talked about the lack of gratitude that homeless people have. We've also, and that's not true for all of them. A lot of them say,
if you're still on the street, you're a bastard.
No, that's not true.
No, 100%.
No, it is
I
not.
talked to my city council members and people that work from and 311. They've said there's enough housing, there's enough programs. If they're still on the street now, they were refusing services. End of story.
I saw a guy on the side of the 101, the Laurel off-ramp, and his wife was with an infant in a lawn chair with an umbrella, and it just broke my fucking heart. It's so sad. And we do what we can to help these people, but there's a 4% increase in the last 2 years. I think there's 60,000. It's
68 now.
It's
Dylan,
way out of control.
If you have an infant, let me just tell you this, and your parents, and you need help, and you need a place to stay, there are programs.
Well, they probably go to those programs after they get done. You know, they might be immigrants. He might not be able to get a job that day. He's trying. I don't know.
Don't buy it, bro.
Whatever. So. At the 7-Eleven.
And you know what? In the comments, you want to say something about me? You moved to Los Angeles and you see what I've seen in the last fucking 5 years.
No, it's tough. It's tough.
Did you get close enough to make sure that was a real baby? Because that could be a cunning maneuver.
Oh, no, the baby was moving its legs. Its little cute fat legs. So anyways, I walk into the 7-Eleven. I have a wad of $1 bills. It's my golf wad in case we're doing any gambling.
Sure.
And I decided to take that and put it in my car because the day before I had seen that man, his wife, and that baby. So I said, I got to keep some cash in my car for the homeless. And I walk into 7-Eleven. I am getting some things for the morning drive, and this guy just walks in, steals a Lunchable, steals a Tepache, and like a pickle, and then just walks out.
He has digestive problems?
Yeah, he has digestive problems. He also has a soul problem. But he just walks in, steals the shit, walks out. I realized that I've forgotten my phone in the car, which contains my credit cards, my Apple Pay, my debits. All I have on me are this fat stack of ones. And there's a queue, as the Brits would say, forming behind me. And it's the morning. You know, people are trying to get places. So I decide, and it's go time, right? He's rung me up, and just now I've realized I don't have methods of payment except for this antiquated form of fiat currency. And so...
And the total was?
18. So I quickly start whipping through these ones. I decide I got to go with this. I lay 20 down. I like not even counting it. It might have been 21, 22. It's making up for the things that fucking guy stole. And I leave thinking that is the quickest solution. And I'm in my car. I'm backing out. And I just see the dude sitting there counting all of it. And the line is just, they're all looking like
they hate you.
They hate me. And I was so like... I attempted to do something good, but I failed. I ruined those people's time.
You know, that's not you, dude.
As far as your comfort, you made the best move. I mean, it's his fucking fault.
It's not about my comfort, though. We live in polite society. We got to look out for
And I would also say I would take that opportunity to count out $1 bills. Cool. Like
Right.
if I have a folded stack, I could 1, 2, and you do it real. I could do that. Cool. I think it looks cool.
All right. So what was the awkward interaction?
All right, so this is odd. I'm going to recount it. It happened 8 hours ago. I'm going to recount it as closely as I can. Maybe it's not that fascinating, but I'm still trying to wrap my head around it.
Okay.
Because it's never happened to me before, except when someone wanted to ask me for money. All right, so I'm in Beverly Hills. I'm on a street called Foothill, which is what they call it the Flats. This is like a bunch of mansions. It's not up in the hills, but it's like where old money is, right? So I'm standing next to my car. I think I'm looking at a text from a guy that works for me that annoys me. And I'm reading it, and a car drives by, and I hear the voice, "Hey, can I talk to you for a minute?" And immediately as a human being, you don't know what that means, but it's polite, and it's in Beverly Hills, and it's in this rich area, and the car is like brand new. It's an Audi SUV type of thing.
Next thing you know, chloroform, and you are in the back of the car.
Possibly.
Right.
So, but I'm outside my car, and it's a female, and then she takes her time kind of like doing a real bad parking job. I'm like, what's this about? Does she live at this house that I parked in front of? And she's like, she gets out of the car, and she goes, "Hey, how are you?" I go, "Good." And I'm like waiting, like, what? All right, what's coming at me? What's coming at me? Because I gotta go.
Yeah.
She's attractive, 35, Latina, and hey, and don't get in the comments and go, "Why do you always gotta describe it?" I'm trying to paint a picture of who this person is because I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. So she goes,
if her race gave you any opinion of what was about to happen, then you're
That
racist.
would be racist.
actually,
I kid.
Well, the factor is people know that I'm attracted to darker skinned
Yeah.
people, so that could factor it in.
If you tell us she had a fucked up nose, Pat was like, "It's my lucky day."
Yeah.
Right.
So she gets out of the car, and she's got her.
If you said she pulled over and I thought she was going to have me help set up her fruit stand, that would be a racist thing to say.
Right.
Right.
But I would have done it, and I would have told the story. Actually, I wouldn't have brought it up because I go, "Oh, this makes sense. I'll lift the thing out of the back of the van
those
for
fruit
you."
stands are very, very complicated to set up, actually. There's a lot of aluminum, a lot of shaved ice.
If you live in Los Angeles or a major city that's really
such
warm,
a great treat.
I'm telling you. You think you want to go over to some froyo place to get your sugar infusion? You have those experts chop up that fruit, and then they squeeze a lime in there. What else are they doing? What's that little spicy
I don't like
thing?
the tahini. I don't fucking like tahini at all. I think it fucks up fruit, and I don't fucking like it one bit. But
that little spice thing is something beautiful. I don't like spicy fruit.
despise it, but I understand why people like it. But yes, fresh
Pineapple,
watermelon,
strawberry,
pineapple, mango,
cantaloupe,
jicama. Chuck some jicama in there. I love that.
And they put it in this gigantic cup that you drink beer
Oh,
out
it's
of at a
fantastic.
baseball game that you pay $12 for, but there's fruit in it.
Chamoy, if you want.
What's that last thing called? Jicama?
Jicama.
Jicama. It doesn't taste like anything, but when
has
you have all the lime juice around it, it's a
incredible
nice little
texture.
palate cleanser to go against all the sweet, beautiful
so
stuff.
good.
It sounds like that Lil Wayne song from the Carter 2. I really want a jicama.
So what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So she walks up to me and we're making small talk. I'm like, where is this going? And she gets to, I'm new to town. And I'm looking to just kind of network. My kid's school's around the corner.
God.
And I'm like, okay, all right. I'm not wearing my wedding ring. Is she attracted to me? So I said, oh.
You need to kill that ego, buddy.
So I say, I go, oh, well, okay. So what are you looking for
Can
as
we
far
really
as work?
give you an insight, a quick insight into Patty as a wedding ring?
Well, because I work in water, dude. I can't keep that when I go to work because I'm like, I got work around saltwater. I'm Deuce Bigelow.
Wedding ring.
What?
Get a wedding ring.
I have one. It's in the house. I never wear it.
Tattoo it.
Nah.
That's Pamela Anderson,
Yeah,
like
that's
trash.
bad.
Yeah, whatever. Excuses are for losers or something. I don't. You know what you do.
So what happened?
All right. So then she says, yeah, I'm just looking to like build out my network.
Yeah.
I'm a stranger that she just drove by.
Yeah.
And she says, I got my, I got 3 kids. I got a kid in the car. I go, oh, okay. So she was in the military. By the way, she's attractive. In the military.
You said it. You said that.
I move so fast, I forget what I say.
Yeah.
All right. So then she says, and I have a
Because you said it, she's attractive.
She says
I don't know if she's into me.
She says I have a degree in psychology.
Okay.
And she said I'm basically looking for anything. And I was like, all right, who pulls over to a stranger and starts trying to pitch themselves for a job?
Yeah.
But help me out. Like, all right. So
did you get her number?
Okay, no, I wouldn't. I would.
Oh,
so, but I said, she says, how long you been out here? I said, 20 years. She goes, how could you be out here 20 years? How old are you? And I was like, I'm fucking old. I go, hey, let me give you my email. Why don't you send me out some beats of what you're looking for and, your job or whatever. And, I'll use my network to see if I can help you out. And then I write it on a crude piece of paper. I hand it to her.
Yeah.
And, she's like, all right, is that an A? She spells out my email to make sure it's that.
Right,
By the way, I think she kind of felt like, hey, I need to get the fuck out of here because this is odd to me.
We need to commune with this human being.
I kept checking to see if she emailed me.
I have a theory.
Her name's Denise.
Yeah. What's the theory?
Fuck.
Because he needs
I
help.
thought she was going to say, like, open up the back and go, hey, have you ever thought about enhancing your life? And there'd be like a thing of Herbalife in there.
Right.
But it wasn't. It was like a full-on pitch. And I said, how long you been out here? She said a week and a half. We moved here from Texas. So she's got 3 kids.
Yeah.
She moved here from Texas.
I guarantee
and
you
jobless.
she's either trying to get into real estate or she's going to fall into real estate.
She mentioned, and I probably won't, if I send the things that I do, I probably will leave off actress.
She is a Gary V fan.
What's that?
Gary V is an internet entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Who a lot of people will blame for hustle culture, saying like, "Oh, you have to grind 24/7." Gary V is very explicit in that if that's the kind of life you want to live, then do it. But if that's not for you, then you don't have to. But don't sit and complain and do nothing. But he said, if you're starting from scratch, this is like a batshit idea he had. He said, go to a rich neighborhood. Go to Starbucks, buy one of those like group coffees, and then just start knocking on doors and being like, hey, can I talk to you for a minute?
That's exactly what she did.
I'm telling you, she's
She said,
a Gary V fan.
do you mind if I talk to you for a minute? When she drove by. All right, how big is this guy?
Gary V is massive. He ruined the internet.
Okay, so then she read that, and now she's out here doing that in a very rich neighborhood. Average.
This is why. Listen.
She found some guy who great house, Pat, but Studio City.
Do not.
No,
listen
this was in Beverly Hills.
I know.
Fucking life coaches. They are not credentialed. They are. Gary V has made his money in fucking wine and stocks. He has. I guess there are lessons that are applicable to other things in life, but. Case in point, that idea, buying a fucking thing of Starbucks coffee and going and knocking on people's doors, it's a clinically insane bad idea.
She wasn't knocking at doors, but talking to a complete male stranger.
God.
By the way, driving a Honda CRV. I mean, I'm not looking like I make any waves. You know what I mean?
That there's things that don't compute, but I did hear this just recently, and then people were like yelling at him and saying it's racist, and they're like, if you're a black boy who goes and knocks on someone's house in Beverly Hills, you're gonna get shot.
Whoa.
Well, people don't own guns.
I'm glad you cleared that up.
Hills.
So she's reading or listening to podcasts, and it says, just what's it gonna hurt to maybe it might start a connection and create this trigger effect of a new like direction in your life that a road could open up.
And you said it's stupid, but it seemed to work. He's ready to fucking hire and put in some fountains because he has a guy who works for him who's super annoying.
He is.
You know who else is super annoying?
Ian K.
Ian K. No, I kid. Ian K is not super annoying. He is.
Dylan, I'll tell you, he's got it. You sent me a text of like a video that I'm supposed to, I guess, know before we do the show. Like, oh, this is what we're going to be talking about. It comes up on my phone as my daughter is sitting on my lap, and she only points to things that draw her attention. And she said, play this. And it was Ian K. And I said, no, this guy's a loser.
Okay, so you do think that he's got it.
Well, my daughter thought so.
He's got something, I'll tell you that.
He's drawing in the attention of life forms that their brain is still a putty.
I've always thought Ian K had it, but I know Ellie has it, and if Ellie says Ian K also has it, then Ian K has it because they both have it.
Yeah, and listen, I shouldn't say Ian K is annoying. I do not believe that Ian K is annoying.
That was just, I'm sorry, but you were over 2 on segues tonight.
Bad segue.
I see where you're going, but you don't. I knew you didn't believe that. It didn't hit the ear, right? You don't think he's annoying.
I don't think he's annoying. He is actually inspiring in a way that is existentially crippling if you dwell on it. But he is just a great example of how quirky human beings are. We do these things that we like, and we have these goofy, futile efforts throughout our life.
But they should be hobbies.
Well, I hope this is a hobby. I really
He's got
hope.
38,000 subscribers. What's that mean, Nick? Does he make money doing this?
Subscribers are literally a vanity metric. It what matters is the views, and then I would look at engagement, which 368 likes and 11,000 views ain't bad, but when you're that significantly below your subscribers, it's not good news for the channel.
So
okay.
Let's what I brought in this week is man, and for fans who have been missing Ian K, the reason why you've been missing Ian K is because there is a fatal flaw in Ian K's channel, that being he eats fast food. Mm-hmm. Now, the reason why I say it's a flaw is because
he's going to die of diabetes.
Well, definitely that there are health consequences, but the spectrum of flavor, quality,
it's limited.
Very.
Yeah.
Right?
It's garbage.
It's all cat food dressed up in different ways. We were talking to Chef Dave. He said something that is so true. Fast food is the most consistent food in the world because it is as machine made as humanly possible.
It has
right?
to be. You massively mass produce shit. It's got to all be the same taste every time.
So most of Ian K's videos are him eating cheddar bomb biscuit chicken burgers and going, that's a tasty situation, right?
Why am I right?
It's fat, it's salt, it's chemicals.
Not a lot of range with Ian K. But Ian K does have one spot. Yes.
I know it. I was just going to guess the spot. Is he going to find out there's tomatoes on this thing?
No.
He hates tomatoes.
No,
this wasn't going to be a tasty situation, except it had this thing in it. Yeah, it's called a tomato, dude.
Yeah, it's a common accompaniment to a cheeseburger, which is almost the only thing you eat.
And it's 95% water. Shut up, Ian.
So, Ian does love most fast food because it all tastes the same. But he does have one kind of rival. Yes. In Sonic. Now, I've played this review before.
Really? This exact one?
I've played this review before.
I don't remember hot dogs.
Well, it wasn't a hot dog. It was Sonic's extra long ultimate cheesesteak.
Oh, forgive me.
He is. He mentions that extra long shouldn't be a descriptor for this food. Because it is the same length as their foot-long hot dog buns, which is just kind of normal long. It's not extra. And he did feel betrayed by the organization and the marketing. So, yeah.
I'm going to have to disagree with him. I guess I agree with him, but I disagree on the reason. I don't think a Philly cheesesteak has a standard size, so you can't say something is extra long not knowing what it is. But a foot-long hot dog is not the standard size.
No.
There is an implied extra long
yes.
within the foot-long description, so I disagree with his reason.
Okay, so I just want to remind you guys via this clip about his kind of tenuous relationship with Sonic America's Drive-In.
Comments down below. Are you excited to give this a shot? And if you actually had this the last time out, are you actually going to be giving this one a go as well just because it has tots? Drop some comments down below and definitely let me know. And with that, this is Ian K closing out another high-quality foodie feature for you here on Peep This Out Reviews, bringing you brand new content every single week here on my channel. So stay tuned for the next review coming real soon.
What?
In the meantime, stay frosty.
I really did miss
Well, I
him.
definitely like the slick packaging these footlongs come in, Sonic,
Slick.
but that's not going to save this one right now. Oh, no, not at all. Hey, thanks for checking out another one of my reviews. But just in case you didn't...
Okay, right? So you guys remember that,
He's
right?
a sassy bitch.
Yeah. He was not a fan of the extra long ultimate cheesesteak with tots. The steak was dry, and the bun did not meet his expectation of extra long. So when I saw that he was going back to Sonic to sample the Shark Week slush, I thought, we might have a little bit of a hiccup here, right? And
Oh, wow.
so, the Shark Week slush is a promotional fast food drink in conjunction with Shark Week.
Dylan, let me just point out, I'm looking at this Shark Week slush. The aliens are watching us. Maybe they live among us. They are calling back to their planet, and they're like, it's almost time.
They live.
It's almost time to.
They live
to
in
take
Middle
over.
Earth. There are 2 portals to get there in New Schwabenland, in Antarctica, and in Switzerland.
Right.
But it's in one of the banks.
Can I say I have a very real fear that The Rock is about to jump out of this red drink?
Okay, so it is not a red drink. It is actually a blue drink, but I understand why you have been deceived. What you're looking at right here is fresh strawberries on top.
Oh.
And shark gummies. And the majority of the beverage is actually a blueberry coconut slush. So let's see how Ian K enjoys this. And I want to encourage everybody to go watch the video, because what we're going to see on display here is kind of the more auteur component of Ian K. He really makes his videos his own through the most bizarre editing maybe on the internet.
Slush topped off with real strawberries, and it looks like a few gummy sharks in the
Those
very
are
top
not
there,
real.
guys. Looks pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
I love that
And
he's
I gotta
calling
say,
it real
aside from looking
strawberries.
awesome, this is really playing upon my fears of swimming in the ocean, considering how much red is on the very top of this.
We're a lot alike.
So,
I
let me pull
know.
out the straw here, and wow, this is already feeling kind of thick already in the bottom. Let's give this a shot real quick. It's the Shark Week slush over here at Sonic. Let's do it. Lots of coconut flavor on that. With a little bit of strawberry goodness at the very end, only because I got that from the straw going into it, but pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is really, really tasty. Ultra sweet, and honestly, I was kind of expecting the slush to be kind of like a blueberry situation because of the color of it.
So what we see there, huh?
Every time he took a sip, he just felt immersed within the ocean with the shark fins going by.
Yep. And the sharks start to play a pretty sizable role the later on into the review we get.
Ellie would love this.
Very good.
She might scare her.
Oh
You mix
my
that with the
God.
coconut action and the fresh strawberry action that you're seeing here. This is very, very nicely done, guys. Really nice with the real strawberries. That is very good. All right, a couple more.
So you see why I am torn between crippling depression, seeing what this man does with his life, and restored optimism in the human experience, right? Because he's having a good time doing this. Who cares if someone watching this as cynical as me would think, oh, this is a sad fucking crazy guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
But he's-
June, his wife.
No.
Carol Juju.
Carol Juju.
Juju.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I wouldn't want to be in the K house at the end of the month when the bills are coming in.
Yeah.
You know, in the bank account. You know, they're discussing finances.
Yeah.
She's like, "How much longer, Ian?
Right.
How much longer are
Well,
you gonna do
he
this?"
loves what he does, and we encourage everybody to go subscribe to peep this out on YouTube. Also, subscribe to this show on YouTube if you have not yet. Jump in the iTunes ratings and reviews. If you want to hear another one of these every single week, go to patreon.com/another
Invite 'em on the
podcast
show.
network. We we do more personal stuff on Patreon, kind of more juicy stuff, more risque. So go there. There's lots of great content there as well. Outside of that. So we'll see you guys next week. Nick is writing, "Hey Ian, great review. I'm glad you're figuring it out with Sonic. Every time you tasted this, I really felt immersed in the ocean with scary sharks." We're going to get Ian K on this show.
Well, let's have him on.
At some point, we got to talk to Ian K. He is my white whale. We'll see you guys next week. I'm Dylan saying goodbye. Nick, say goodbye.
Bon voyage.
Pat, say goodbye.
Bye.